think? Why don't you tell us your favorite story, like about in the Bible?
Cool. Okay. I like what you said about the little thing, the page on 2089 that helps us to find a story that helps us whenever we're happy or sad or mad or confused. Because I remember different times in my life being afraid whenever God was asking me to do big things that I didn't think I was ready for. And this makes me think of my favorite story, and it comes from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 1. It's called The Calling of the Disciples. So Peter and Andrew and James and John are out in the boat fishing. They're out fishing. They're just doing what the guys did, right? They were working. And then along comes Jesus and says, "Hey, I want you to drop your nets and follow me." Now, fishing was all that they knew to do. And so they were probably a little bit nervous, but what did? They dropped their nets immediately and followed after Jesus. And so that's a story that I go to often because God is always inviting me to have trust in Him. And whenever we have trust in Him, we leave the rocky, shaky boats that we're in, and we can walk on firm ground. So I think Mark chapter 1, the calling of the disciples, is my most favorite. What about you? Do you have a favorite, Jessica?
That's awesome. That is so cool. Yeah, I do. I have a lot of favorites, but one that's coming to mind, look, he's the expert, so he can tell you like the chapters and all that, but I think it's Matthew. And you remember that story about Jesus feeding like 5,000 people with, what is it, two loaves?
Yeah,
Two
fish and five pieces of
something
bread, yeah.
like that. A very small amount. And he fed 5,000 people. And something that I really get from that is just the amount of like faith that people have. And that teaches us that we need to just put our faith in Jesus and to not be afraid, and that He can provide for us. And I just think that is so awesome. And that's one of the things that I love most about the Bible, is that it is filled with stories and lessons, and they teach us, and they also guide us. They give us kind of a map to kind of manage the hard stuff and the happy stuff, because it's not all bad, it's good too. But yeah, I think that's one of my favorite.
Wonderful, Miss Jessica. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
God does provide. And so we want you to stay tuned for the videos that are going to come, because God will provide so much more for all of you through Miss Jessica and through the other teachers in our class and through this great Bible, which is the Word of God. So be sure you get yours, but more importantly, after you get it, be sure you open it up. Don't throw it in the back of the car. Don't let the dog eat it. Don't put it under the bed. Keep it in your hands, okay?
Yeah.
God bless you, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.